everybody. Thank you for joining us. You have just tuned in to Where is the Love? I am your
Where is
host. I
it?
am Stephanie Hockenhall,
I
and another host.
need to co on believe. I don't know what that was going on. I'm following through.
Welcome, and thank you again for joining us. If you are here, you are watching us either on, there's so many different places you can be watching us, but numero uno is Roku and Amazon Fire. When you go to those, all you do is search POD space LIVE, and you can watch us live while we're airing this show. Also, you can be watching us on our YouTube channels, Love Misunderstood Institute or Premier Fitness 0210. Um, and those are some places you can be watching us. So wherever you see us, that's where you see us. There's other places, but those are the main places where you can be watching us right now. We have been talking about being emotionally unavailable. That was our subject last week. So you want to recap and add anything, son?
For sure. All right. So the last episode, which was 124, cannot believe we are this far in. That's
Yes.
crazy. But emotional unavailability shows up in behavior when a person emotionally shuts down during conflict. They seem detached, distracted, or not all there.
Yep.
Uh, they may they may appear independent, but it is actually disconnected. And again, like we talked about last show, I understand. After a rough relationship, I was very much emotionally unavailable,
Yeah.
and still I battle with being present, in my emotions after that chaos. Glad to be away from it.
And I'm
Uh,
glad you are too. Thanks be to God. Woohoo!
Absolutely.
Because that was
Raise the
driving me.
roof.
And
We're
I
gonna
didn't
raise the
want
roof
to go.
up. We're gonna raise the roof up. Raise it up. Raise it. Man.
Yes, I've
But
been
yeah,
raising the roof.
right.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
but
Lord, for getting my son out of that mess.
man, amen to that. Amen to that. Man. And so the goal and the journey since then has been just to be again aware of my triggers, um, being able to either find a language to discuss what I'm feeling, or at least be aware enough to be like, hey, I'm going through something. I don't know how to explain it right now. I need to process. Give me a chance to process, and I'll come back to you and talk to you about it. So that's been one of the beautiful gifts of the relationship that I have with my now wife. Wow.
All right,
Okay, that
wifey.
that sounded that's okay. Saying it like that sounded wow. Okay, wow. Okay, I did it again. I did it again.
Mark
I did
said,
it again, ma.
yes, you did.
Yeah, but no, I'm happy. She's very good to me, and we can talk like adults. We had our issues on the front end, but we had to work through both of our own trauma. You know what I mean, from the past, and I feel as though we've come to a good place within our situation that we are available enough emotionally that we can talk to each other. It took a while, and it took for us to like dig deep in our own closets. You know what I mean? Going under our beds and in the graveyards and monuments that we create for other people and relationships in our minds and in our hearts. Um, so, like I said, we're in a great space, should I say? And I'm thankful because it was hell before. It was hell. It's hell when you can't talk to the person that you're supposed to be able to talk to.
Right.
I can't even talk to you about real stuff. Then
Yeah.
what are we doing here?
Right.
That became my question. What are we doing here? We can't talk.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to counseling? I'm paying for it. You ain't got to worry about payment. Now,
Yeah.
if you continue trying to help us help ourselves, then I'm gonna divorce you.
How about we just get divorced then? I, you a mess. I see nosy looking out the window. Yeah, she couldn't
I am a
help.
mess for sure. Yeah, I'm a mess for sure. But that situation was a whole mess with all capital letters. Man,
Yeah.
just looking back, sometimes I'll be like, wow, how did I do it so long? 17. It was 18 total. 18 total years and 17 married.
No, you
Let's
can't.
have a short moment of silence for the. I'm joking.
Are you counting right?
Yeah. Oh,
Two,
oh, my. So we got married. So we met.
20, 2002. Got
Right.
married
Uh,
2003.
right. No, we got married in 2004. Up.
Oh,
Up.
that's when Araya was born, 2004. So y'all met
Mhm.
2003. But let's
Right.
don't waste time on her. Forget
Yeah.
her.
Right. I was showing the fact that we've lived this. So we're not talking from just an intellectual standpoint. We've lived
Right,
this stuff and we
right.
worked through it. So
Yeah. And I
yeah,
was saying
that's the point.
I see Stella being nosy. Well, now she's looking at you. She was looking out the window.
Now she didn't have to. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she
That
was
was
looking out the
there.
window. And Mark said, I
Yeah.
thought Trigger was Lone Ranger's horse.
He was until he got sent to the glue factory.
And then he said you had to dig deep in your own messes. He was talking about when you were saying you and Danica had to dig through y'all's messes.
Right,
But
right, exactly.
and so to that I want to say, it's so exciting to me. Even, it's not me in the situation, but just to know that there is another way. That you
Right,
can have a relationship and talk through things, and even if you can't, then you find a happy medium for that moment. Listen, I ain't ready
right,
yet. I don't even, I can't explain this. I don't even know what I'm going through or what this experience is. I just know I don't like it. And
right,
so right now, just give me the chance to think about it and to, as you say, process it, and then we can
right,
talk about it. So I think
right.
that's amazing because, yeah,
Yeah,
like you said, it did start off rocky, but thanks be to God, y'all figured it out. And
right,
as you continue to go, continue to figure things out that's gonna work, the best way for both of y'all. You'll both
right,
figure it out. So, and I
right.
like that Pink Floyd shirt.
I thank you. I love me some rock and roll.
Okay, so y'all, on the last episode we talked about um emotional unavailability in relationships. Jean already said that. And so we talked about what it means. We talked about how it looks, the signs, and we talked about in relationships. And so today we're going to start talking about being emotionally unavailable in behavior. We're going to start out talking about that, but we're going to talk some more to help you understand emotional unavailability. So you want to start?
Right. So how do you know you're experiencing emotional unavailability? Um, you might be with someone who is emotionally unavailable. It's like when you're with someone who, uh, so, so how to know is like when you're with someone who is emotionally unavailable, you feel emotionally hungry, which is always reaching for more connection that never quite comes. You feel lonely even when they're right beside you, and lonely in the relationship. Been there, done that. I know it well. Just left that. You often wonder, do they even care about me? in there. You crave deeper talks, but they never go there. You can't talk about real things. It causes too much turmoil and distance. You find yourself chasing an emotional connection that never comes. You constantly question if you're asking for too much.
Yeah.
You feel like you're doing all the emotional work in the relationship. Your emotional needs go unmet, but you blame yourself for being too sensitive. You feel like you're walking on eggshells trying not to push too hard. Um, you feel unseen, like they only connect with the version of you that is convenient. I know that very well. They can be affectionate physically, but emotionally they're distant, which means they can't open up to you. Not gonna be able to be vulnerable with you. So I'll allow you into their sacred space, where they're not always shown as strong. Um, they may have a pattern. Relationships can start hot, then fade quickly. They express love through actions, like buying gifts or doing favors, but rarely through emotional words or openness. So they'll give you a gift, but won't tell you that you look good, or you know, or I love you, stuff like that. Emotional unavailability leaves you feeling unseen, unheard, and unfulfilled. Even in relationships, even in relationships that look fine from the outside. And
So I want to uh, go ahead if you want to interject something.
I was going to say it's easy to be like, to show that everything is going well, but things really being well is the test. Like if it's really going well, you don't. I mean, you can show it. I'm not knocking it at all, but there is the tendency for people who are in a jacked up relationship to try to show the world and even convince themselves that their relationship is good when it's not.
Yeah. And so what I wanted to say is it's hard when you're in a relationship and you want them to look at you and pay attention to you. And so you do things, like wear certain clothes and you think, or certain hairstyles, you think you look good, or, I'll just say that you look good. And so you should be having, eyes on you, and you want to hear, the compliments from the person that you're in an intimate relationship with more than you want to hear from people outside of
Right.
the relationship. And when you hear from people outside of the
Okay.
relationship, it's nice, but it don't mean the same thing as it does when you're
Right.
in a relationship with a person and you really want to hear that from them, and they're not saying that to you. That's really hard. It's really tough. And there's been times that I felt like I was begging for your, not yours, but begging for, I'll just say his, a man's attention, the one I'm in a relationship with. And I'm doing this and that to get your attention, dressing a certain way, doing my hair a certain way, doing certain things. And I'm waiting for that compliment from you, from him. And I'm hearing it from people outside. And it's like, wow, that's nice. But I really want to hear it. And you don't say that to the people, of course, but in your heart and in your
Right.
mind, you're like, man, why can't that person see this? I think I look good. And other people are telling me I look good, but I just can't get that from them. That person
Right.
is emotionally unavailable. They ain't into you, and that's a hurtful thing because of your expectations. And so the only way you can, survive things like that is to not have expectations of people. And that's very hard, especially
Right.
when you're in an intimate relationship.
Right.
So I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult when you're with a person that you deem to be your person,
Yeah.
and you don't get like those compliments or that attention, And like I mean, if you are in an intimate relationship with a person, you deserve that.
Yeah.
Like you deserve that. Like across the board, that's what an intimate relationship is about.
Yep.
It's about being intimate and vulnerable and loving on each other and complimenting each other and doing things that you know that will make the other person happy because that's what you agreed upon by getting into a relationship.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, not getting that, it makes you feel like, am, am I good enough? You know, is there something wrong with me? Um, like I said, I know it intimately. You know, and like you said, it's best to first off establish within yourself total confidence because you know you may be dealing with a person who is emotionally unavailable
Yeah.
and can see it and wants to say it, but doesn't have the reference point to give you that attention that you deserve, that you need, that you want.
Yep.
Uh, and even if you give it to them, it may be hard for them to return it because of childhood trauma or just a lack of like the example. You know, um, so yeah, I think that's important.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. So, this is how you know you might be emotionally unavailable. Sometimes we're the ones who struggle to connect, and that's okay to explore. Nothing to be ashamed of. Ask yourself, do I feel anxious or trapped when someone gets too close? Hmm. Do I distract myself with work? Okay. I just had a thought, and you probably know what it was. Do I distract myself with work, hobbies, or my phone instead of connecting?
Hmm.
And another question you can ask yourself is, do I avoid talking about my feelings because I fear rejection or loss of control? And then the last question is, do I often say, I don't want to get hurt again? If yes, it can mean your guard is up, not your heart is cold. So
Right.
it's okay to admit when these you are feeling these things, but it's even more okay to deal with the things and not just act like they don't exist, you know, because when you're emotionally
Right.
unavailable, you're hurting the people who love you. Um, what the heck is
Right.
FKA on your name? I just saw that on your name.
Formerly known as.
Huh?
Formerly known as.
Oh,
Formerly known
I
as.
heard
Yeah.
you. Okay, I know what
Yeah.
FKA
Okay.
is, but FKA, I'm like, is he cussing on here?
I mean, you never know with me. It may happen, and I'll be trying not to. Hey, listen. I got a potty now. I'll be trying to keep it clean on here for the
I,
people.
I just now noticed that. I'm like, why is his name longer? Oh, what the heck is that mean? Okay, y'all, we tripping. Okay, so like I said, it's okay to admit, this is how I'm feeling. I mean, it just when you realize stuff like that and that you're hurting other people or you could be hurting other people, it's not about just try to figure it out. You don't want to hurt people and you don't want to because you don't want to be hurt. So that's the way to think about it. If you don't want to be hurt, then you don't want to hurt other people. Mark said, I knew what it was. I just noticed it, Mark, talking about the FKA.
I
Anyway,
mean, I do tend to cuss sometimes, so
sometimes.
okay, all the time, unless it's a business
Most of
situation. Well,
it.
most of the time, okay, that's how I talk. Okay, okay, and I'm not even trying to be rehab. Like this is how I talk. If you gonna talk to me, the real me, outside of business and on this show, I'm gonna cut. There's gonna be an exorcism. Every other few words. It's like Really? Okay? You had to say it like that. I mean, yes, I did. That was me being honest and genuine with myself and you at the time.
Mark said, I know about these points you made. A lot of people are trying to avoid the pain. You are so
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
And when we're trying to, and then he says, so Gene cusses like a sailor. Well, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Sure do.
So, people do tend to cover up pain by hiding behind something. Um,
Right,
for the most part, a lot of
right,
people do that. But it's okay to admit, you know, that this thing is not okay or it's not good, and you don't have to look at yourself as a bad person because you are that way, because things made you that way. What are
right,
those things? How did I get here? Why is this happening? Why do I think like this? Why do I feel like this? Those
right.
are the ways to deal with the issues and to change it, because you can't change the trajectory if you ain't admitting that it's a problem in the first place.
Yeah. I
So
want to say this, and I think I need to take them out to the bathroom real quick. I don't know what's going on. But not like the for me, it's always the why. There's always a reason for something. Nothing happens for no reason.
yeah,
Everything has a basis. Everything is built from something. Everything has a foundation.
right,
And I just make it my business in certain situations that are worth my energy and time because that deep diving into something is important. If it's an intimate relationship, then it's worth deep diving. Um, but it's always the why. What created this? What's the foundation for this? There's a trigger to this, which
yeah,
means there was a seed planted that that has grown
yep,
and manifested in a certain way. Um, and especially in an intimate relationship, I'm gonna say this loosely and still very much mean it. That is your job as the intimate partner or the friend to figure out why by asking questions. And again, we go back to what we talked about before. Like the person they may be triggered and don't know why. And then it's like, give them that space to process. And then when they come back to you, be open to listen and be what's it called? I always talk about this type of listening. Um, just be
evaluation,
no, man, what is it?
self-evaluation.
Now just be open to truly listen. A lot of people listen to respond, listen to understand,
Active
and that's when
listening.
we get lost. Thank you. I was like, I know it's one word.
Yeah,
But be an active listener. Listen to understand, and even repeat back to them what they said, just to make sure that you understood it correctly.
yeah,
And then you go from there,
yeah,
having an understanding. But if you go that listening to respond causes more arguments than it helps anything.
yeah,
Because then, I'll speak from me. I'm speaking from myself. If I'm going through something and I'm trying to talk to a person or trying to let some things out, a lot of times I don't want advice. I just need to be heard and understood. Um, and I'm bouncing these ideas off of a person that I trust at that time because I trust you enough to be vulnerable enough to tell you how I feel. I don't always want to be advised.
yeah,
I need to be heard, and that is emotional availability on a deep level to allow that person to to vent and get it out. And then once they get it out, and you let them know that you understand them, they may ask for advice.
yeah,
That's when you give it because you actually listen to everything that they said, and you have an understanding of where they are in that moment. And that is intimate on like levels I can't even explain.
Yeah.
Like it's so intimate to understand a person deeply because you allow them the space to just be vulnerable and soft with you and open. And if they need to cry, you know, whatever. If they need to vent and scream and holler and, punch a punching bag or something, keep it constructive.
Right.
but but you allow them that space to do something that helps them process whatever hell they're going through at that time. And I guarantee you, once you do that, they will open up to you in ways that they've never opened up to anyone else. And that bond will be sacred, sacred, sacred to them and to you because you gave them the space to be themselves unapologetically, unconditionally, and authentically. And that's so important. Like we miss that in relationships nowadays. We be on some surface stuff. Oh, this is my partner. And we do this, and we go here, we go there. We do. That's cute. That's cute. But real deep intimacy ain't about that.
Yeah.
Ain't about that at all. Most of the stuff that a person is going to go through is going to be behind closed doors, and they don't probably want people to know about it. It ain't nobody's business but theirs, and the person that they bring to that space with them.
Yeah.
But we have to get back to true intimacy. It's just uh, social media stuff. It caused people to be so fake. I mean, they were already fake. Now this is just like it's the avatar that we utilize in social media platform on social media platforms, should I say, to project an image. But what's behind it?
Yeah.
What's truly behind it? And that's always my question. What's behind this personification that they're putting out right now? You know?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna take them out real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Mark said some people be projecting fake images on social media. Yeah, that's what he was saying. Um, and being able to talk to somebody and to create a more intimate relationship, like Gene was saying, it's important when you listen because then now I can come to you, I can trust you with information that I share with you, and I can trust you to keep and value the information that I share with you. I know that you value what I'm sharing with you and that you value our relationship because you're listening to me and you're not trying to advise me, but you're listening and creating a more intimate relationship with me by listening and not just adding to. So Mark also said them you would have them thinking they are playboys or playgirls or even talking too much about their intimacy in social media. Yeah, social media can definitely make you a different person. So we have been talking about how it looks, the signs to know that you're emotionally unavailable in relationships. And so the next part that we're talking about is why people become emotionally unavailable. And we just talked about that, but here are the things. So, past trauma or heartbreak, and it would be if I don't open up, I can't be hurt. So people think like that, and that would be a part of the past trauma or the heartbreak that they're holding on to that's making them emotionally unavailable. Also, childhood emotional neglect, meaning they never learn how to share or process feelings. Fear of vulnerability, equating emotions with weakness or loss of control. And then self-protection, walls built to survive, but now they block connection. So those are some of the things that would help you to know that uh, that you are another person is emotionally unavailable. So The next thing that we want to talk about is the healing side of becoming emotionally available. And it takes awareness and patience, not perfection. So, here are some steps to heal. Acknowledge it. We said that, and we say that often. Acknowledge it. You can't change what you don't name or verbally speak out. If you don't say anything about it, it won't change because you're not opening up and speaking it out and saying, I want to change this. I don't want this. I don't like this. This is not, I don't want this to be a part of me. So then, number two is learn emotional vocabulary. Name what you feel: hurt, disappointed, scared, lonely. Say it aloud. Decide it. Decide. Is this how I really want to feel? And we talked about this last week at the end of the show. Make a choice, then follow through to achieve the choice. Keep the feeling or let it go. It's up to you. You got a choice. Um, if your choice is no, that is not how I want to feel, say it aloud. I don't want this feeling. Then choose a better feeling and pursue that feeling. And what that does is that helps you um, to pursue the good thing. You're admitting, okay, this is a bad thing. It's not a good thing. Okay, I'm admitting I don't want it. I throw that away. And I'm saying I want something better, or I know there's something better than this. And then that thing can come. And like I've said on many shows, and I do this in my coaching sessions. But if you have your hand closed, your hand is full of whatever it is that you don't want to let go of. And so nothing can get in, nothing can change. But when you open that hand, you are letting that thing go. I made the choice to let that go. And so now your hand is open to receive the better thing. But as long as your fist is closed, you can't receive. So you can only receive when you let go of what does not is not good for you, and being open to receiving that good thing or that better thing. So here's a message: emotional unavailability. Hold on a second. No. So I did do those. No, I didn't. Sorry. Trying to get it together. So the healing side, I said acknowledge it, learn emotional vocabulary, said that practice vulnerability in small doses, share with someone, share something personal with a trusted friend or person. And that's what Jean just talked about. And then therapy or journaling, we talk about that all the time. It helps you unpack
Mhm.
why emotions feel unsafe. It helps you to get it out of you and onto paper so that you're getting
Right.
rid of it. The same as opening your hand and letting go of whatever's not good for you. Yep. And then be patient with yourself. Emotional connection is built through safety, not pressure.
Right.
And then here's a message. You want to add something to that?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, definitely be patient with yourself because again, going from one version of yourself to another version of yourself takes time. It's not gonna happen overnight, so you should not expect it. Allow yourself the time to heal, to process, to analyze, to reprocess, to journal, reprocess. It's a whole journey.
Yep.
So be patient with yourself. Like
Yeah.
it's not supposed to happen overnight. And those who make it seem like that's how it goes, they're not living it. This is not healing is not pretty.
Yeah.
You ever look at the scar, you ever get cut and look at the scar, you go through pus, you go through scabs, you know what I mean? Like you go through an open wound, then it closes, then it becomes a scab that oozes pus. I mean, healing is ugly and it's supposed to be, but stay present.
Yeah.
Stay present in the healing process. And know that if you stay authentic and you continue on that process, you'll come out a better version of yourself. But that pretty stuff that they show, it's not pretty.
Yeah.
Healing is ugly at times, man. You ever had them ugly cries? I mean, ugly cries. Where your eyes hurt, your whole face hurts. Just, your lungs are tired. You been hollering. I mean,
Yep.
man.
Oh, that's funny, but so true.
Yeah,
So true. So the message here is emotional unavailability is not a flaw. It's a
right,
form of self-protection. But
right,
real connection can only happen when we dare to be seen, not just present.
right, right. Yeah, it's just easy to be present in the body, but not present in your heart. And the body can sit there. I mean, that's what a chair does. A chair sits there. It's present physically, but you
Yeah.
don't get nothing from this chair
Yeah.
other than it holding my phone.
Yeah. Well, it has a purpose.
It does, but it's not emoting anything. It's just here, silent.
Yeah. So internal clues is where we are.
Okay. All right. So the internal clues, you're overthinking their every word and action. Yep. Very analytical. You find yourself making excuses for their behavior. Oh, they just been busy. I don't make those no more. You feel anxious when they put. I don't make those no more. I be
Yeah.
paying attention, like, okay, I'm gonna let that one slide. But what we doing? Anyway, so you feel anxious. You feel anxious when they pull away. Relieve when they're close, which is a push and pull cycle. You start shrinking your needs to avoid conflict or disappointment. And so the message here is, you're dealing with emotional unavailability when you feel more alone with them than you do without them. I
Yeah.
do want to go back to an important point that we raised earlier. It's very important to foster self-love within you constantly. Um, because we all have our trauma. We all have those things that we've dealt with in the past. So understand that you may be with someone who has an amazing heart, but has a hard time opening up to you. Doesn't mean they're a bad person. Doesn't mean they don't love you. Could mean that they just don't have the tools and the vocabulary to be there with you. But if it's worth it, because I mean everything should be analyzed and honored as the situation that you're dealing with. Not, well, if I just love them enough, they gonna open up to me. Because that was the 20 years. That was the 20 years, almost 20 years of my life, hoping that my actions would open up a person who just didn't want to. There's a
Right.
difference between emotional unavailability, but they want to change,
Yeah.
and emotional unavailability, and they have no desire to change. So pay attention to all the details. All the
Yeah.
clues are there. All the red flags are right there in front of your face. Just be aware.
Yep. Yep. That's good.
Okay,
Good info.
okay. All right. So how to know? Wait a minute.
That's right.
Okay. So how to know you might be emotionally unavailable? Sometimes we attract what we are. Emotional unavailability can live in us as well. So some self-check questions to help you analyze if it's you or it's them or it could be both of y'all. No telling. But do I shut down when others express strong feelings? Do I feel deep emotional conversations uncomfortable or too much? Do I stay busy or distracted instead of dealing with how I feel? I think we all do that at times.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think that's kind of normal, but to do it long term is detrimental to your health.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, yeah. Do I believe? Needing someone equals weakness, and that's actually that's that's a tragedy because we all need each other. Like we didn't come here alone, you know. And as we live our lives, we deal with people, we have connections, or we have opportunities for connections, um, which means that we need each other. So it's not weak because we all need each other.
Yeah.
Do I end relationships when they start getting serious or pick emotionally distant people to avoid being vulnerable? I would imagine that would be like the tear down of people who are players who in relationships they enjoy people, but then when it comes to getting locked down, it's my person. They're like, nah, I'm over here with Sally. I see
Yeah.
you later, Donna. I'm gonna go over here with Sally for a second because I'm scared to just be with you anyway. Or
Yeah.
people who are emotionally distant or even emotionally abusive. You can go to that extent sometimes. You pick
Yeah.
someone who, ah man, I mean, the rabbit hole goes deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but in an experience, you value independence so much that closeness feels like a threat. Man. You
Wow.
like control. Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, and I can understand that. It's like, so much. I'm going to be me. I don't need nobody telling me what to do because, I mean, this is me speaking. I
Yeah.
can be like that sometimes. It's like, I don't know. Listen, don't tell me what to do. Oh, I don't know. You just listen now. I'm gonna be me. You gonna be you. We're gonna be we, and we're gonna do this together. But you don't tell me what to do. You hear me? You don't tell me what to do. You don't run nothing.
You're so silly.
But I mean, that could be a bad thing, as well. There's a balance for everything.
Yeah.
Being independent is a beautiful thing. Let's not make it seem like being independent and standing in your autonomy is a bad thing.
Yeah.
However, when it goes to the point where you push people away to maintain that independence and autonomy is where it becomes an issue.
Yeah.
So know that everything has balance. Be independent, but also do understand simultaneously we need people and people
Yeah.
need us.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, you like control. Being vulnerable means giving that up. I mean, control is an illusion. All you can control is you and how you react to things. Other than that, what control do we really have? Um,
And y'all remember the things that he's sharing as the inner experiences, what's happening
yeah,
on the inside of you. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. You've been hurt before, so your heart says never again. And I mean, it makes sense to self-preserve. I mean, that's how we go on.
Yeah.
Um, or you might feel numb, not sad, not happy, just flat, like you feel nothing.
Yeah.
I've been there. Wrote a song about it, like the here to go. Not, uh, but so the message is from the inner experience is emotional unavailability isn't always about others. Sometimes it's our own heart saying, "I'm not ready to be seen," and we have
Yeah.
to honor that as it is.
Yeah. It might be hard, but like you said, we have to honor and give people, the space they need. And because we desire the space that we need when it comes to things, so we have to do unto others as we want them to do to us.
Yep.
And they might not necessarily do that for you, but at least if that's your experience, you'll be able to create boundaries and say, hey, not now, you know,
Right.
or, it's not a good time, or however you word it. But you forgot what it said. Um, you're just, you're creating that boundary to say I'm not ready to be seen. Um,
Right.
and so, that's something that we have to do sometimes. Did you want to add anything to this before I go to the next part?
No, I absolutely agree with everything you just said. We have to honor each other where we are and
Yeah.
just be constructive with how you say what you say to your partner. Because you
Yep.
always want to feed your partner like you feed yourself love.
Yep. So, why people become emotionally unavailable is what we're going to talk about now. So, the first thing that it talks about is childhood roots. Can be why people become emotionally unavailable. So, growing up in a home where emotions were ignored, mocked, or punished can be your childhood roots. Parents who said, "Stop crying," instead of "What's wrong?" Learning that being vulnerable leads to rejection or shame. Yes. So, those are some of the reasons from childhood roots that a person might become emotionally unavailable. So, sometimes it could be from past trauma. Betrayal, heartbreak, or emotional abuse makes people build emotional walls for protection.
Right.
And then after being hurt, people say never again. And we keep saying that because that's, what happens with emotional unavailability. But after being hurt, people say never again and close themselves off to deeper feelings. So those are some of the things that happen. You want to add something?
No, no, actually, I want to move into the next part.
Okay. So the things that
Next,
I just said, I'm sorry, the things that I just said are due to past trauma. So go ahead.
well, the next part is just kind of an addendum to what was just said. Um, People model what they've seen. If love meant distance growing up, distance feels safe as an adult. So it's not like, you know how they say, do what I say, not as I do, but we follow what people do as
Yep.
opposed to what they say. And
Yep.
that's because they model. It's, it's easy to say do something, but if you don't do it, then it's not going to connect.
Right.
It's actually going to be a conscious disconnect because you're not modeling what you're saying, and they're paying attention to what you're modeling. So when a person says do X, Y, Z, they're automatically going to go to, you know, what you did.
Yeah.
And what you said is going to be like, it's going to be that blaring horn. Wah, 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 you
Yep.
know, no, this ain't what this is what they say, but this is what they mean. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So
Yep.
and it brings back up that those images that you experience. So and that's just human nature.
Yeah.
All right. So the fear factors when a person becomes emotionally unavailable. First off, a fear factor is fear of intimacy. Like the concept in the mind. If they see the real me, they'll leave. Uh, Another possible fear factor is fear of loss. If I don't get too close, I won't be crushed when it ends. I mean, haven't we, I've set myself up in situations like that. Um, Also, the fear of rejection. Better to seem strong than to risk being vulnerable. And the message here is when emotions once brought pain, the heart learns to hide behind logic, humor, or silence. And I'd also say distance.
Yeah.
You you want
I'm
to
sorry. I was looking ahead. The healing side, becoming emotionally available. You can go ahead and do that.
All right. So this is the hopeful part because you can because you can heal it. You can heal emotional unavailability. Emotional availability is a skill that you can learn, just like emotional intelligence. Um, so within being emotionally available, there's a certain awareness. Uh, You begin to recognize your patterns uh, and what you do when someone tries to get close. You become aware of that. You become again more aware of yourself. Notice when you shut down, when you change the subject, or when you emotionally retreat. Awareness is the first step to rewiring your emotional habits. It's the same thing with AA, alcohol, drug counseling. The first step to healing is acknowledging that you have a problem. So that's what awareness brings. Uh, so
Right.
the
Sorry.
emotional, uh,
Go
yeah,
ahead. I'm sorry.
the emotional expression is you start. And Jamaica and I were talking about this the other day. I think last night. Start naming your feelings honestly. I feel hurt. I'm disappointed. I need support.
I'm giggling because you got me right on that at the end of the last show.
We gotta watch our words. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be very clear about when you say I am, you're creating a reality.
Yeah.
And that is permanent, permanent, quote unquote. But when you say I feel, you're acknowledging that this thing that you're experiencing right now is transitory. So it has a point A, it has a point B, and you're going to phase out of this. But I am is like a statement of formality. You're forming yourself or have formed yourself as such. So if
Yeah.
you say I am disappointed, then you'll continue to create situations where you will be disappointed, which will further fortify that I am statement that you made. You can say I am blessed, and then you will have opportunities and situations and circumstances that that confirm that and affirm that. Um, so again, this is always important to watch your words. We talking about something else, though, but okay.
So, but something that came to mind while you were saying that is, well, a few things. So, The Secret is what came to mind. Remember the book, The Secret?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
law of attraction. Oh yes,
So, that is, explaining just what you just said. And then, so like with the kids, and doing counseling with them, um, resilience counseling, we're telling them to acknowledge how they feel. And we're always asking them, how do you feel?
right.
Um, and so to see it that way, I saw those couple things out of what you just said. So
Mm-hmm.
it's more important to say I feel, and then, because just thinking about it, I am tired, well, then more things come to make you tired. So then it
Right,
took me back to The Secret. So
right. Yeah,
anyway,
yep,
I just
yep,
wanted to add that,
yeah.
because yeah, it's so true. Did you want to
And one
add
of my
something to that?
definitely. So one of my favorite sayings is, and this is why, like, consciously, I don't outside of like stuff like this and amongst friends, I don't do a lot of talking. I'm very cognizant and very strategic about how I use my energy, um, especially how I use my words because every word is a spell. Every sentence is a conjuration. So you say I am, like in the Bible, God says I am that I am. So everything that is the I am. So as it pertains to us, when we use that phrasing, that's forming because the I am is the one that said, "Let there be light,
Yeah,
let there be, the ocean, let there be the sea, let there be land, let there be this, let there be that." The logos, the word is created, the reality that we exist within. So we have to be very cognizant of how we use the logos.
yeah,
How we use the words that we use to frame our reality. We are sons and daughters of the Creator.
yeah.
So we are creators as well. So everything that we say and everything that we do has a consequence and an equal and opposite reaction. It's universal law. Um, so feelings, again, are transitory. They come and go. Emotions are energy in motion. They come and go. But if you allow that energy that you are feeling in this moment to become who you are, then you create more of that vicious cycle or that beautiful cycle. So life and death is in the power of the tongue, right? So
Yep.
we gotta be very, man, gotta be very rigid about how we use our words because you're creating a reality for yourself.
Yeah.
So watch your mouth, man. Watch your mouth, like your grandma and them say. Watch your mouth now, boy. Better watch your mouth now. Better watch your mouth now, boy.
All right, preacher man. You didn't preach the whole sermon in five less than 5 minutes, but it was true. So Mark said a couple things. He said, or Jesse Jackson saying, I am somebody.
There you go. Um, there you go. Exactly.
And
Yep.
then he said, or they will wash your mouth out with soap.
Oh, that too. Oh goodness. Yeah.
That never did
Um,
happen to me.
yeah.
But I know
Me
it happened.
either.
It was threatened to happen to me, not from mama, but from some other older people. Cause
Right. Right.
I was like, oh, we no, when we were
Mm-mm.
kids.
Right.
Um, but we got 4 minutes, so
Right.
we will start with this next part. We'll do that next time. So, what tips or information do you want to share um, with the audience?
Right. Well, actually, I want to like go through these last few points. I'll do it really quickly.
Okay,
We
go ahead.
talked about using journaling in therapy or trusted conversations to explore your emotions safely. You always want to be in a safe space when you express your emotions, especially with people that you trust or, again, journaling or therapists, and that's their job. They'll help you process things. So the connection process is try letting people in little by little and be very strategic and judicious about how you do it. Replace defensiveness with curiosity, such as why do I feel the need to pull away? Examine your emotions. That's important. That's awareness, and it helps you tune into who you are and where you are in your emotions, and that's how you start healing.
Yeah,
And last but not certainly not least, practice empathy. Listen not to just respond, but to understand. Did I not say? Did I think I What was I saying? I think I said that back then.
oh Lord, he was too loud in my ear. Jesus. I'm like, what the heck happened?
But I wanted to tell you. But I wanted to tell you. I said it before. Active listening. We had a whole conversation
Oh
about active
Lord.
listening.
So I hope we got less than a minute.
Mm,
So we hope that this information has helped y'all and that you are understanding emotional uh, unavailability or being emotionally unavailable. Same thing. We hope that this information has helped you to understand it more. Certainly has helped us understand it better. And so I don't have anything else to say other than, if you need to replay the tape, replay the video and listen to it again, write down tips and stuff to help you, but don't feel ashamed just because, you know, you might find yourself being emotionally unavailable.
right.
There's ways to fix it, and Jean shared some tips. You want to add anything?
Yeah, just love yourself, love others as you love yourself, and just be the best version of yourself you can be. Peace and love.
All right. Peace. See y'all next time. Peace, peace, peace. Love. Sending you peace and love. See you next time. Take care. Bye for now.